This is Nothing Go Here, and I'm Brandon.
I'm Zach.
Oh yeah, I'm Ryan.
So this week's episode is gonna be a little weird. We're gonna just kind of talk about like a bunch of movies since we gotta play catch up, and then a little bit of our E3 2019 predictions / what we think will happen, what we'll see, which I'm pretty excited for. Which next week oh my gosh, it's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, you're very excited.
Outside of Christmas and I guess my wedding this year. This is like my favorite time of the year.
It's just a wedding.
Listen, no, come on. E3 is once a year. Marriage is forever.
But real quick, I want to talk.
E3 is forever because you get to see it every year. You get a good reminder. Weddings are just kind of.
I mean, I've been told in 5 years I won't even remember my wedding. So.
I hope you do though. Anyway, I guess I'll quickly talk about what I've watched. I caught up with Brooklyn Nine-Nine and finished it. Really like it. I'm glad that they're doing another season. I thought season 6 was actually fine.
Yeah, it took a little while for me to get into season 6. Like I thought it's a tonal shift because they were allowed to say and do more.
Yeah.
So I was like, there were a few episodes where I was like, I don't know if I like this just straight raunchy humor they were allowed to have. Yeah. But the episodes where it was good, they were really good.
Yeah, there's some really good episodes in there. I liked the last 2 episodes a lot. Mm-hmm. The Suicide Squad was really funny.
I love when they do the prank on Holt and he just moves the podium.
He moves the podium.
Not even like less than an inch.
And he's just losing it.
And he's like, "How did you guys do this? How did you pull it off?"
I loved they switched the Halloween heist to Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. And I liked that Terry won the heist and he made it seem as if he wasn't like wanting to do it the entire time. Because like in all the previous heists, it's like Terry's like the one that nobody wants on their team.
Yeah. And
like now he's actually won, and he won in the best possible way. And he made lieutenant, which I thought was really cool. I really liked the episode with Jake and Amy arguing about whether or not they should have kids in the hospital.
Yeah, that was an interesting episode. I thought that was really grounded.
I genuinely did not see the twist coming with the old lady.
I kind of thought it was a little obvious, but I mean the show was not meant for like twist.
Yeah, I was like, oh okay. Other than that, I watched Iron Man 2, and I told Brandon I watched it in 3 separate sections on 3 different days, just because like I would have to get ready for work or I would be coming home and I'm like I don't want to fall asleep watching this because I kind of want to try to go back and remember everything from Iron Man 2. There's more in it that I liked than I remember. Like, everything about Stark creating his new element was actually really fun. I felt like War Machine was actually important, and I feel like since this movie, he hasn't been nearly as important. He felt important in Infinity War and Endgame, but that was just because everybody else dusted. Like,
yeah. I feel like he was important with his moments in Nebula.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, like this character, you could do a whole lot more with him. I've heard that they've teased that they might go the romantic path with him and Captain Marvel from the comics. I don't know if they'll do that.
I've heard that, and I've also heard Captain Marvel and Valkyrie.
Yeah, so. I've heard both.
Well, we don't know which way she's swinging, so.
Well, the haircut proves she's definitely bi.
Yeah. But I was just like, okay.
She donated her hair to charity.
I liked Iron Man 2. Games, I've been playing a lot more Battlefront 2 with Jake, and we've been having fun with that. I've unlocked quite a lot more guns now. But I want to talk about Dauntless with you, because you said that you're really enjoying it.
Yeah, so I got into Monster Hunter, but not like crazy amount, because Monster Hunter is like a 20-hour learning curve.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I wanted to be invested in this. And when Dauntless came out, I was like, I'm going to give it a try, because it's free. It's super simple.
Yeah, it is.
There are mechanics, and as you advance, it gets more and more deeper, and it's a lot of like, this armor set and this sword do this, so you need to like grind against certain monsters to get like
there's like elemental types and stuff.
Yeah, which some of the elements are like threw me off because it was like the thunder sword is strong against the grass one. And I was like, that really weird, but whatever.
Because
Pokemon has taught me different.
Pokemon, yeah, I'm like, wait a second, no, that should be on like the ice type. Like it should be effective against ice or water. But fire and grass, they don't really. Whatever.
But I've only gotten the first 6 behemoths.
Yeah, I've only done like the first 4.
Which I know there are 23, I think. 23 different types of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I have problems. But now the server is up, I'm totally, like, that's...
Yeah, no, see,
it took me a week to finally get into the game.
I couldn't get into the game the first day, and then, like, 2 days later I got in, but after that, I haven't been able to get back in.
Since after the week, I've never had an issue. But, I don't like how empty the like areas when you fight the behemoth.
There's not a lot of enemies.
It's
and
just
stuff.
the behemoth, unless they summon stuff, which frustrates me because that was like the biggest thing I like about Monster Hunter is that like I was going on my way,
dozens of creatures.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I could go fight this or this or this, and like, it was just so awesome. And like, you could like lead one creature to the one you were like hunting, and they would start fighting, and so you could like remove health that way. And I enjoyed that part of it.
So I'm thinking that they'll probably start to add that stuff as time goes on.
I think.
Especially with this being a free game, I can't really complain all too much.
Yeah, that's honestly why I've almost bought the season pass or the Battle Hunter Pass.
I thought about it.
Just because I'm like, I enjoy this game so much. So much.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
See what?
The mouse.
There's a mouse.
It ran, stopped, and looked at us, and then kept going.
We have another mouse in the studio. Hi, Mickey.
It's under the desk over there if you want to throw
one of your Arby's fries. Yeah.
But yeah, like I really enjoy the game. It's definitely my thing I do daily now. Like I just log in, do a hunt, and then if I'm like I'm enjoying this, I'll keep playing. But if not, I'm like I just need to do like a daily login to just like remind myself. I've watched almost all the X-Men movies again over the last over the last 3 weeks.
I watched Origins Wolverine with you and parts of Days of Future Past. And man, Origins Wolverine is still bad.
Yeah, honestly.
That's the worst one.
Honestly, they're all really rough except for Days of Future Past and First Class. Like, I would even argue X2 kind of sucks.
I feel like it hasn't aged well, yeah.
I tweeted this, but I stand by this. They all range from... The main 6 X-Men movies range from terrible to okay outside of Days of Future Past and First Class.
Armageddon was the last one, right?
Apocalypse?
Or no, yeah,
dude,
whatever.
if it was Armageddon with Bruce Willis and he was fighting alongside the X-Men, that'd be way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apocalypse,
yeah. I knew it was something with an A and end of the world kind of thing.
I would argue that Apocalypse is better than a lot of the first set of them. But
I actually, yesterday, I forgot that Sophie Turner was actually, like, in that movie. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
What? Because I saw like a clip from it,
and everybody says
like,
that she's not good.
What? And I'm like, but I forgot. I probably never watched it.
Yeah,
or fell asleep during it.
It's very forgettable.
Puked or died or came back to life.
Well, I mean, they can't. I think they really struggle with handling that amount of characters.
Well,
like I feel like it's hard for them to do that.
I don't think that's part of the case. I think a lot of it is they focus too much on Wolverine.
Yeah,
and he's not part of the X. I mean, everyone now is going to be like, well, he's part of the X movie. He is, but he's not. And so like
he's more of an Avenger. In
the
comics.
He's more of like an anti-hero that just kind of like wanders about, but he's like associated with the X-Men or like. But anyway.
Yeah.
But like X-Men 1 through 3, if you asked me to describe any of the plot, I don't know if I could.
It's the first movie is Magneto kidnaps Rogue so he can borrow her powers to power his weird machine that doesn't even look very threatening at all, and turn everybody into water things that make them like disappear, and Toad gets struck by lightning. But that's
what happens to Toad when he gets struck by lightning? What happens to everything else?
Well, see, the thing is like Toad like wrecks the entire X-Men crew, and then
when you say Toad, I literally just think of the Mario character too.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean better. But like honestly,
X2, I'm like Nightcrawler is
that was the coolest scene, and that was the opening of the movie.
Yeah, and then after that, you're like, oh, Cyclops doesn't do anything again. He's out of the movie for like literally over an hour.
Oh, my fiance, when X3 happened and Cyclops meets Jean,
and
they just cut away, and they don't ever explain that he died. She was like,
is he
when
dead?
When they just say he's dead, she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, he's dead. He doesn't come back for the rest of these until like they de-age him.
Yeah,
and she's like, what? I was like, yeah, it's so stupid.
They did Cyclops so wrong, and Cyclops is like the most interesting X-Men character, I think. Like, he's the leader.
But yeah, honestly, like I said, Apocalypse is actually like, if I were ranking them, it'd be like Future Past, First Class, Apocalypse. Wow. 2, I'm about to say something controversial. 2, 3, 1.
Really?
Yeah. 3 isn't great. But I like ideas of 3.
I like Beast. I thought Beast looked really good.
The scene when he's talking to the kid and he like reaches towards him and his powers start to fade away, and you can like really the emotion on his face. There's moments that are good, but there are a lot of moments that suck. But X-Men 1, I just don't remember any of it. I honestly don't even like it anymore.
Yeah, no, I I remember we were
I don't
watching
remember
it.
anything.
Yeah. Oh, try.
We were watching it, and like I remember the scene where like Wolverine is fighting Mystique, and she climbs up the pipe backwards. I'm like, this looks so bad.
But so we skipped the Wolverine, not because I don't like it, but we kind of just got to the point where we're like, let's just get to the good ones because we watched.
Logan's the only one that I've ever appreciated.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I
the
told
one I
her.
remember the best. Loving, like I was like, this was just a phenomenal movie.
Well, their last, I guess 3 non-X movies, like the 2 Deadpools and Logan. Like
Yeah.
I told her I was like, this
Yeah.
is what we're honestly building towards is these 3 because the rest of them, honestly, outside of the like once we finish Future Past, I was like, that's the last good one.
Yeah.
Sophie Turner needs her own solo movie.
I will kill you.
So I've heard that she's actually not great. In
Have you seen
Apocalypse?
Apocalypse?
No.
Oh my god!
I-
Oh, that's right.
I
You never seen it.
I
Yeah.
never bothered to see it because I heard it was bad.
It's middle ground of it's the last one that teeters on okay. Like it's a 6,
Okay.
but I would never be like,
I'll watch it at some point just because I'm gonna go see Dark Phoenix. It's just
oh my gosh, that's this Thursday.
I'm not seeing it this Thursday, just to let you know.
Don't you worry, I will be there. That'll be the one I make.
We're at that Alamo.
That'll be the
I'm
one
way by
you make.
myself.
You haven't made it to Aladdin or Godzilla.
He bought a ticket to Detective Pikachu and didn't go to that either. But
No, I bought tickets. I bought 2 tickets to Detective Pikachu. Didn't get to go to either one. I bought a ticket to Aladdin. Didn't get to go. I bought a. I didn't buy the ticket to Godzilla. I just forgot about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
you texted me.
At least you went to Rocket Man.
Hey,
Yeah.
that was priority.
Yeah, that was good. That's still probably my favorite
Elton
movie.
John. I've heard
That's one of my
really
favorite
good.
movies
I
this year.
still need to
Yeah.
see it. I haven't seen it yet.
So let's see. What did Ryan do? This week. I started a Sims 4 account
Okay.
and started my house. If you've ever played Sims 4, right now it's free. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah,
or
on
not.
Origin.
Yeah, like the main, like the.
Yeah.
whatever. So anyways, you have to create an account, blah blah blah. So I started my Sims 4, which I had like a Sims account a long time ago. I don't remember it very well. Bad things happened probably. If you've ever played Sims 4 without a mouse,
It's hard.
it is very challenging. I've been using my trackpad on my laptop.
Like 2 years ago. I hated it.
And trying to build a house in that is one of the most frustrating things you could ever do without a mouse, an actual mouse. That's all I have to say about that.
So, have you gotten to play any more of your bargain binning Batman game? Because we haven't talked about that in a while.
Well, I haven't ever beat it,
You didn't beat it?
but I will not give up on it.
It's fine. Hey, the longer he does this, the
I know.
longer
The
I don't
longer
have
you
to
guys
play
don't
one,
have to
so-
play. So, but now that you mentioned that, that gives me motivation to beat it or really, really try.
Did you ever get a new TV or fix the?
So, yes and no. For whatever reason, my TV came back to life. I'm not even joking. I cannot make this up. But like the screen, it's going out. So like anything bright, it just starts flashing.
You
and
should.
Stuff, so
You should tell Keaton, be like, "Hey, I got you this TV," and put it in his room.
give it to him.
Did I talk about Godzilla?
We haven't got there yet. It's okay.
Okay.
You're okay. One other thing is I bought Ape Out. It's on sale for $10. It's a
It's about apes.
kind of, but yeah, you're a gorilla that you were. I guess you were like trapped, and there's no plot of the game, but it's all like jazz music, like as you kill people, so it's kind of cool.
Do you like jazz?
I sold that really poorly. Look up a trailer for Ape Out. It's actually a lot of fun.
You're just literally bragging about how like fun that game was right before we started, and your synopsis of that.
I don't know how else to
horrible.
explain the game. Look up a trailer. Play the opening of the game, and tell me you have any other explanation for the ape that escaped this place that's been killing people.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the simple games that
Oh,
are the best.
Did you guys see the free games that PlayStation Plus is putting out for June?
Which made me happy because I almost bought the Handsome Collection several times.
Yeah.
I have been at GameStop staring at it.
I almost got Borderlands, and I was like, I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna hold
Is
out.
it?
It's
like the
Borderlands.
Well,
yeah,
it's
like
it's
two and the pre-sequel.
I
So,
love
like,
Borderlands.
Yeah,
I know, I'm so
I've
excited
never
for
played a
three.
Borderlands game, so I'm like,
Oh really?
yeah, I'm gonna
You
download it.
might-
I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't
I'm-
invest a lot of time because
Yeah,
you'll burn. I mean, 3 comes out in like
a few months.
2 months, maybe.
Yeah,
It's July.
No, September.
and then What's the other
Maybe
game?
it's August.
Oh, and then
I want to say
Sonic
it's
Mania.
August now.
I really want to play Sonic Mania. I never played it. I heard it's good.
Yeah, I'd be down Switch.
I heard it's
Great,
fun.
I'm curious.
I downloaded What Remains of Edith Finch. I
Love that game.
I haven't played it yet. I want to actually play it.
Sit down. So when you
we talked about that.
I've heard you should sit down and play it in one go.
Yeah, just play all through it.
How long is it?
Maybe 2 hours.
Oh, dude, I'll stream.
Well,
that.
I beat it in 2 hours, but
I'll stream that then. That sounds fun.
sorry, I was looking at the Borderlands release date. So, okay, so let's move on to, I guess, some of our movie reviews. So, oh my gosh, they're fighting.
One of the neighbors just got stabbed.
Anyway, so
Borderlands comes out September 13th.
Okay.
I saw Aladdin last week and then Godzilla last night.
I'm trying to think of order what we need to talk about.
Well, last time we got together, we talked about Rocket Man
So yeah, so it'd be Aladdin.
and then Godzilla.
Oh wait, so we can let Ryan talk for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's give our final impressions
Oh, Game of Thrones.
of Game of Thrones
Um,
and how we felt about the series as a whole. Now it's come to an end.
series as a whole, I still think it's one of the best shows of all time. But we always talk about, or I always say, you have to have a good beginning and a good ending. The ending was not good. I will agree with Brandon on that. That overall the ending was not good, and the more I think about it, the more angry I get at certain things. But I also appreciate some characters, on how they, I guess, concluded their adventure of Game of Thrones. But yeah, Bran the Broken.
Bran the Broken.
Oh, hail Bran the Broken!
Yeah, well, I don't like him being king, but he's smart and he knows all the
Littlefinger
past,
would be proud of
so.
him and Sansa. Let's just say that.
So he played everything well, and I mean, do we like him as a character? No. Does anybody like him? No. Will he be a good king? I think.
Maybe.
I mean, he won't be busy making babies or fighting anybody, so I guess he'll probably be good for the.
Somebody just has to wheel him off a cliff and he's dead. Though. Like,
oh, I mean, his assassination.
Can't he
will be
like
very
morph
easy.
into a person and like use his powers? And just
Now,
fly
yeah, I
away
mean,
on
I
birds?
guess he
Like-
can. He still has his powers.
you could spawn other countries, so
Yeah, I mean, he could.
he'd
Really,
basically be just the government now.
Yeah, I don't know if the Seven Kingdoms have any other countries or six. Yeah.
Which,
well,
oh
yeah,
my God.
Whatever. Sansa got her little.
Which frustrates me so much. How quickly she's like, "Hey, we're not going to be part of this," and no one else is like, "Oh, we don't have to be a part of this. Let's bounce too." 'Cause, like the Iron Islands definitely would have been like, "Nope."
No, what I think the most annoying thing is when Jon Snow gets sent to the north, and then it doesn't really matter like 5 minutes later because everybody leaves anyways.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay, so my thought was the reason Bran was like, let's send him to the Night Watch. Bran knows the Night Watch doesn't mean squat. That just means that Jon can go and be happy with where he really wants to be. That's why I
I don't
think
know if
sent
he really
him.
wants to be with the
The
wildlings.
Wildlings?
I
don't
think he
know.
does.
think it's a mixture.
Did he ever mention that he wanted to be with the wildlings, sit by himself with a whole bunch of wildlings?
He wanted to have sex with a wildling.
Yeah.
Yes,
But that
now,
wildling is dead. So
now
what's the
he's just
point?
gonna
That's
remember
true.
her all the time and just
Yeah.
be
But
depressed out in the woods.
But like Jon can actually have a free life and not have to worry about his actions from killing Dany. Like nobody's gonna go check and see if he's there.
well,
Like,
no one really cares anymore because the people that
Yeah.
did care left.
they freaking left. Like, what's the whole point? Like,
Yeah.
That's
Grey
what-
Worm's,
that- yeah,
Grey
that's what
Worm's
I was
like, we're
kinda
going to
going with.
Noth. Like, screw this, Bran the Broken's king, whatever. They're not gonna kill Jon. We're out of here. We're gonna go and do whatever we
Yeah.
want.
My biggest problems is now, so this is where it got interesting, is I had talked a lot about Season 7 and not liking it, but I kept being like, well, it's a build up to 8. So now that we're finished, Season 1 through 6, I think are perfect television. Like, it is a 10 out of 10 show.
Yeah.
But now looking back, like 7 sets up so much that is either paid off so poorly or a rush job in 8. And so like I wish there were like 9/10 seasons, because everything that happens, I'm like, I'm okay with this. Air quotations, okay. Like I could have accepted it if it was more built up, like Bran being king, Dany dying the way she did.
Yeah.
The opening part with Jon and Dany, I thought was awesome to an extent.
Well,
but then once you like realize that,
you
hey, that
realize
was half
that-
the episode.
yeah, you realize that one episode literally has one the biggest character's death,
Yeah.
and they have to figure out everything in like 20, 30 minutes,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
they rush everything else. Because I remember like sitting there, I was like, man, we're spending a lot of time on this. Like this is like a season finale, not a series.
I got halfway through it, and I'm like, okay, we've got. I guess this is it. So we've got to figure out some. There's a lot of problems, and then they're like, oh yeah, let's all meet together and start sending everybody their ways and call it good. Let's see, what else was very frustrating. There's a lot frustrating. I'm always optimistic with like writing and stuff. There's a lot to it. I get that. But 7th season should have been like more of a not keen focus on that. 8th season, let's go fight Cersei and actually have a legitimate war and not burn down the whole city for fun. I get that if that was going to happen, space it out. I think my biggest problem was the spacing.
Right.
If Daenerys was going to have her turn, okay, I can accept that. And I know some people won't, but I'll accept that. Okay, I get it. I can see the plot twist on that. Okay, cool. But it's more like let's dive a little bit more time into that, and then dive into if he does stab her still in this theoretical deal, then the consequences of everything not wrapped in 10 minutes of what actually happens after that. So
right, and this is George R. R. Martin gave him the outline of like where everyone's going to end up.
mm-hmm.
So like I'm like, okay, that's fine. But the outline, his version he's got 2 more books.
Yeah.
And so you're talking about like probably thousands of pages.
That's a lot of story.
Yeah, of like him to do that is easier to like flesh out where you understand how they got there. Other than like this, which felt so rushed and just like, because season 6 is the last of his material that's done.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically I look at season 7 as one of the books and season 8 as another. And I'm like, that would make more sense because there's more time with those characters, and you have more like availability. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious to read the books now, because I'm like,
that's all that they really
that
wanted.
That was
George R. R. Martin's master plan.
He's like,
He was like,
get some
all
more
right,
book
well,
sales.
My books haven't been selling too well, so let's just have a mediocre final season, and then my final books will be amazing, and everybody will be
promise
like,
new.
We'll adapt
new
that.
Good things.
And then I'll give D&D a call again and be like, all right, look, we're gonna really do this right this time.
I wouldn't be surprised if like in 10 years, 10, 15 years, HBO was like, okay, we know you guys didn't like the ending to Game of Thrones, so here's the true season 7 and 8.
They actually had it all recorded.
Yeah, it's all been done.
They just wanted to master on
that's why all the actors
money.
That's why there were so many multiple endings filmed, is because they had like actually really set up. Like, they've been recording.
I wonder, you know how they did all the multiple endings?
They
like,
just pulled
what if they
straws.
actually just, like, redid the season by the multiple endings or whatever?
They
and,
could.
like, they didn't have to act anymore. They just had enough footage where they could just restructure it.
What if...
Somewhere out there's an ending where Dany wears Cersei's face and kills Dany. And
Dany
like,
wears Cersei's face?
or Arya wears Dany, or Cersei's face and kills Dany. And that'd be pretty sweet.
What if all the alternate worlds that Doctor Strange saw, sacrificing Game of Thrones is the only one where we won?
Thanos was like, in order to possess the stone, you must sacrifice that which you love. Or no, Red Skull, sorry. And they're like, well,
the internet's just throwing Game of Thrones off.
Side point, I want Red Skull to come back.
I think
he has no
will.
purpose there now.
Yeah, well, maybe, because he put the stone back. Steve. Oh no, you're right. Well, in our timeline, it'd be kind of cool if he had like powers and stuff.
Yeah,
I'd be
He'll come
interested
and
to see
lead
that.
the Dark Avengers.
Well, there's rumors. There's a lot of rumors right now of a Dark Avengers and of a. I hate when you do that. It's fine. We have 9% of a battery left.
We got this.
But
yeah, no, I think that'd be cool. Like, for him to come back and actually do something important, and now Cap is gone, and he feels like he has no purpose in life, and he realizes that he actually loved Captain America.
Okay, so let's do all of our movie reviews real quick, which I think should just be Aladdin and Godzilla, right? Nobody else has seen anything.
I haven't seen anything else. You've seen Brightburn. Talk about Brightburn really quick.
I saw Brightburn.
It was bad.
Very quick reaction to it is there's cool ideas. The acting's kind of okay. Some of the deaths are kind of cool. They're really gory, which I was not expecting. And I read that, but seeing them was even worse. Some of the CGI is just terrible. And the plot kind of, basically, if you went in with the mindset, and this is why I've heard some people who liked it, if you go in with the mindset that this is an Elseworld Superman story, which is like DC's What If, then you'll like it because you just picture him as Superman, of like, this is Superman if he went evil. But as like what the original thing they're selling, because there's some stuff they set up at the end, which I won't ruin here, they like want you to believe in this like another comic book that like this character just exists and stuff.
Yeah.
The boy's really good. I do like him as an actor. He'll go places and he looks really creepy in his scenes, like when he needs to.
Yeah.
The movie overall is like a 4.
Oof.
That's me being generous. I would never recommend you watch this unless it's on Netflix. And even then, I would say you put it on just to have something on. Like, if you're super curious in this movie, sure, go see it, because everyone's going to have a different opinion. But, like, my reaction to it is it's not good. So, Aladdin.
I liked Aladdin. I think people were wrong about Genie. I really do.
Yeah, I knew.
I liked him a lot. He was my favorite part of the whole movie.
I was telling somebody, they're like, yeah, I was really surprised by it. And I was like, yeah, I was genuinely worried as we got close. Because, like, I defended those trailers. And I was like,
yeah.
No, I was like, it has to be good. The CGI is still a little rough with Genie. But, like, overall, he still looks fine. And,
yeah,
like,
I think he looks fine. I felt like what I liked about it was, like, they did not try to make him Robin Williams' Genie.
Yeah, he was his own.
He was his own Genie.
character.
And I don't remember, because it's been so long since I've seen the original Aladdin, but was that handmaiden an original character?
No, she's an original character.
That's what I thought. I actually liked that.
Yeah, I liked his, like...
He has his own arc, and he feels a lot more fleshed out as a character rather than just being the driving plot for Aladdin's story. Like, he's got his own story, too.
And it helps ground his character to, like, at the end when he wants to be free, that you, like, there's more of a reason to it. I mean, like, there isn't already enough reason to want him to be free, but, like...
But, like, now he's got all this other stuff going on with him. The only thing I really didn't like was Jafar.
Here's the thing. I have really mixed feelings on Jafar, because I like the story they added to him.
Yeah.
I like his character, how he was kind of like a thief as well.
Yeah.
And, like, how he just rose to power, like, his own way, like... doing what he had to.
I just don't think Jafar looks like a villain.
But, right. Well, like, I mean, like, I think the actor just isn't great. But, like,
yeah.
I like Naomi Scott a lot.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy who plays Aladdin. I really like him.
I thought he looked just like Aladdin.
Yeah, and they all sounded just, like, honestly, some of them sounded better than, like, the animated voices.
I was like, wow, okay, you look like Aladdin from the cartoon. Like, I watched a comparison of the Prince Ali scene and... from the cartoon to the live-action version. A lot of people were like, I don't like this version of Prince Ali in the live-action version. And I was like, okay. And they were talking about how, like, Aladdin doesn't look as confident as he does in, like, the original. I was like, I think that's by design, though, because, like, they even mentioned how Genie can't change anything on the inside.
Well, and you just see, like, the next scene, how awkward he is.
Yeah.
And, like, how, like
when he walks in, he's like, we have jams. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, well, and, like, so I've seen it twice.
I haven't.
And Taylor's sister was like, why are you laughing at all the same jokes? I'm like, it's such a cringe laugh of, like, I relate to that on, like, a spiritual level.
I was like, that's me. If I'm trying to meet somebody's parents. Like,
yeah, I was like, well, yeah, that. And then she's like, so what do you want to do with all these gifts and gold? To buy your time. And I was like, I laughed again. I was like,
oh no. Like,
I was like, it's me.
And I loved that Genie just looked at him. He's like, in 10,000 years, I've never been that embarrassed. And I was like, that's a joke. That's up my alley. I loved it. I thought that the humor in the movie worked. I like
all the music. Yeah. It all sounds good. Here's the thing. This is where it's going to get very controversial. And let me, like, sit on it for a while. Yeah. But I actually think I like some of the songs in the remake more than I like the original versions. But that's
kind of do too.
Only because a lot of them are singers.
Yeah.
Where, like, Robin Williams wasn't. But I love...
I love his version of those songs, but, like, if I'm going to listen to either version on, like, Spotify just to listen to it, not to see it, but just to listen to it, I'm going to listen to Will Smith's version of Prince Ali before I'm going to listen to Robin Williams.
Yeah. Like, now, my other problem, and this is coming from just the animated, so this is kind of just... I argued that you need to separate them, but Iago not being a character kind of upset me because he's voiced by Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
And so I'm like...
I was like, oh, they're going to do so much with him.
I was like, oh, cool, he'll be like a comic relief. And I was like, he'll just be surprised. Like, he's just in the trailers so they can surprise you.
Yeah.
And then he's there, but he's not really there. And
No,
so I was like,
because like Gilbert Gottfried does the original one.
Yeah.
And he's great. Like he talks with Jafar, and they like are talking and communicating and everything. But like Alan Tudyk's version doesn't really do anything.
He's just there to like, he just kind of exists. Like he's there, and like,
Yeah.
Oh, there is a scene. So Abu, there's a lot of debate about him too.
I didn't mind Abu.
There is one scene, I don't want to ruin the joke, but there's a joke with Abu that I loved so much. And so I thought Abu worked for what he was doing.
Just tell me later.
Yeah.
I think I probably know, but.
Quick thoughts. I give it an 8.
I do too.
The music is good. The mostly acting is great. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised going in.
Yeah.
Even the night we saw it, I was like, man, I'm not looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And then watching it a second time, I was like, wow, this actually is really good. I do really like this movie.
So Godzilla.
Godzilla's really hard to review because
I feel like I have to look at it in two different ways. I have to look at it as a giant monster movie.
Well, I'm going to look at it as a Godzilla fan and as a Godzilla movie. And this is where it gets weird because you're like, so what? A Godzilla movie has a very formulaic plot of like, there are giant monsters, there are humans you don't care about.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff that happens and that it's just a lot of nonsense. But you're there for the giant monster fights, and the humans are just to progress the story.
If you're there for that, then you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Godzilla King of the Monsters is I do genuinely like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like I wanted it to be that movie. With the first trailer, I was like, this is going to be the Godzilla movie that transcends its formula for North America and like breaks free of that, and is the movie that people like respect and talk about in that light. But it's just not, and it sucks because like that's the thing that upset me watching it. I kind of want to see it again because there were like moments where I'm like, you're teetering on. If you just had a little bit better dialogue or a little bit better characters, you're teetering on this greatness of what could have been something that transcends its media. But like, it's accepting what it is. King of the Monsters feels like a movie made by a fan.
Yeah.
And the monsters are great.
I really like the design of Grugadon and Hydreigon. Dustox versus Moltres was
You
good.
just literally wrote down.
And then Slacking Piloswine and Ariados just being in the background was really cool. But no, for real though, Godzilla looks great as always.
Yeah.
I loved Ken Watanabe. He's the only real human character.
Him and the guy who plays Tywin. They were really good. The other Millie Bobby Brown, we agreed on her. She was good too.
Yeah. The child actress.
The two parents are pretty terrible.
I like the dad more than the mom.
But the dad is such a Deus Ex Machina. Like, so he would walk into a room
and just know what to do.
Yeah, he would say something and like there'd be like high-level military people and be like, actually, we need to be doing this. And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't think about that.
He's like, no, they're moving together as a pack. And I'm like, well, obviously they're doing that. Like,
also, Ice Cube's son's in it.
The military guy.
Yeah,
with the
I liked
beard.
him too.
Yeah,
Shira Jackson.
He was good, but like he's not an important character.
Yeah, but I liked every scene with him.
Yeah, but neither is like the black military lady. They're just like so far background characters that like they have like one or two moments where you're like, okay, I like them.
But there are a lot of like side characters I do like, but like the main 5, I would say we focus on.
Yeah.
2 of them really suck, and unfortunately, those 2 take up most of the screen time.
Yeah. I don't want to get into spoilers for like the humans or anything.
Just so you know, going in, like you don't watch it for the humans, you watch it for the monsters.
Right.
Unfortunately, they still do like
the humans take up a little bit too much time for me.
Yeah, if the movie was like 15 minutes shorter and it cut 15 minutes of human talking down and like condensed it to other scenes, I think the movie would have been way better.
Yeah.
And if there was just a little bit more of action in the final fight, which I liked the final fight, but I wanted more like wide shots of like.
Yeah. I love the way that movie shot when the monsters are on screen.
I'm going to spoil one thing, and this is just kind of a nitpick.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball has part of its inspiration of like the beam struggles from Godzilla because they do a lot of like beam fights, and I would just wanted one of those so badly. Like they do shoot their lasers and like you see the special attacks, but there's not like a huge beam struggle.
Sure,
like that.
I get that. That would have been cool. The atomic breath and the lightning, just like battling it out.
But I like Ghidorah and like his characteristics. Like each head was different. Yeah, which hasn't been done before because of just how the effects and like how it's made in Japanese. It's hard to do.
It's like Dodrio with how it has 3 different brains. And
hate you so much. Mothra was cool.
I liked Mothra. I thought Mothra was the best design out of all of them, out of the new ones, I think.
Yeah. Well, you mean like out of their redesign?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to be like Mothra's existed for a long time.
I mean, out of like the new redesigns of all of them, I thought Mothra looked the best.
Yeah.
I liked Rodan a lot. I liked when he's
his
chasing,
entrance is
yeah,
so
his
cool.
entrance is awesome. He comes out of a freaking volcano. I'm like, and they show you that in the trailer.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, man, all these monsters are here.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's what makes it feel really cool. Like we're now in a movie universe where all these monsters exist. And, like, if you know the history of all those characters, we're probably going to get other ones that are going to be showing up.
Hopefully. I know the credits, I didn't see it, but I was reading that the credits tease a few more.
Yeah.
There's an after credit scene, by the way, for anyone who cares.
I would say you would probably want to sit around for it.
Right. I mean, like, if you're a fan of these, you want to definitely stay around. I didn't like... So, some of the monsters in it are original to the movie.
Yeah.
Which was weird, and I kind of wish they had spent just a little bit more time on them.
Yeah,
I guess maybe
they should have
just
they should have just used ones that people would have known.
Well, I'll explain why that wasn't super possible later.
Okay.
Because it's anyway.
Film rights and things like
yes,
that.
but
Okay,
I wish they like just spent some time just to introduce them, even if they're original in the movie. Just be like, this one can do this, or this one does this, or blah, blah, blah. It sounds stupid.
Because some of them are just kind of there, and they're just
some of them, they look cool, but I'm like...
Like the woolly mammoth looking
Oh my
one?
gosh, it looks so cool, but I was like, just show me more of it.
But like, he doesn't do anything. I can't tell if he's a good monster or a bad monster. Like, he's just running around.
Yeah, but overall, I give the movie a 7. Like,
a 7? Yeah.
As a Godzilla fan, I like it a lot. But if you
say,
want to sit down critically as a movie, I don't think it's as good.
I'd say 6.5. I liked it, but like, I wanted more of the monsters, and I think you could have taken some of the human characters, combined them into two different...
Right, no, I agree with
that.
that.
Like, there's too many humans.
Yeah.
Which sounds weird for, like, a monster movie where people are supposed to be running in peril. But when 12 characters on screen are all doing the same thing, where they're looking up at the monster and they look like, oh, no! And it's like, okay, I get it. We're all thinking that because we're the audience. Like, we feel the same way. I love all the wide shots and stuff. I think it's beautifully shot.
Yeah. Also, the score's really good.
Yeah, when the Godzilla theme comes crashing in like 3 different times throughout the movie, I'm like, all right, this is good.
And also, see this on the biggest screen you can. Like, I saw it in IMAX, and like, I strongly recommend you see it in IMAX.
I want to. I saw it at Alamo, but if I see it again, I'm going to IMAX.
So we're gonna do really quickly because we're running out of battery for us.
Did you just dab on us?
I dabbed on him. We're gonna talk about E3, like a bit, maybe like the biggest things we expect from next week, because next week's episodes are gonna be a little weird. We'll definitely do a Dark Phoenix discussion, probably because I really hate my life. And but E3, we're expecting the next Xbox 2 or whatever.
I think that they'll announce the new console.
Well, for sure they've announced they'll like have it, but we don't know like.
We'll probably have more stuff on Halo Infinite.
Probably, yeah. I imagine the big thing is the console and kind of like a release window and the first gameplay of Infinite.
Yeah, I want to see some more on Halo really, really bad. Because I was playing my Xbox the other day and I was like, man, I really want Halo.
We'll probably see whatever Rare's working on.
Yeah, I'm assuming Battletoads.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Maybe a Conquer game. I would lose my
mind. I think the big one for me though is two. Square's doing a little conference.
Yeah.
And they're showing off Final Fantasy VII and Avengers, so I'll finally see first gameplay of that, and probably release window for both.
I want Avengers, like, not that I don't care for Final Fantasy.
Now, granted, Avengers could look bad, and then you'll beat in your words here.
No, I don't care. Like, we're getting an Avengers game, and I'm going to run around as Captain America, and I'm going to fight Justice.
So the rumor is you'll create a character, and they'll just go along with the Avengers.
That's even cooler.
Yeah, I'd rather have that, honestly. And then my big one is Nintendo. Like, I have literally no idea what they're going to show, except for, I hope Animal Crossing, probably get the new Smash character.
They're doing a Pokemon thing before
Wednesday.
E3, yeah. So
which
we'll probably get a little bit more details on Pokemon, but probably not a lot.
Normally they only show like one more Pokemon off.
They'll show off a legendary, I bet.
Well, no, I bet the Direct shows the 2 legendaries.
And then the E3 will show the final forms of the starters, do you think?
Maybe, or it'll show just like some more random world Pokemon. Because sometimes they do like live gameplay
That's
during
true,
the treehouse.
because like I remember like when Diamond and Pearl came out, they were focusing on like Lucario and like. a few others.
Sun and Moon will be my big example because that's when they start doing the treehouse stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so they play the game for 40 minutes. So you kind of just see them run into a bunch of wild Pokemon.
Yeah.
So that's my hope is that that's what it'll be like.
Yeah.
Metro Prime 4, probably see something of.
That'd be cool.
The next Assassin's Creed, maybe Splinter Cell. That's been rumored. Watch Dogs 3 has been rumored. Jedi Fallen Order.
That
I want to see
really
gameplay. We haven't
that.
seen gameplay yet.
No, I feel like I
I
need
don't
to
even
see
know if
gameplay.
it really exists. I think they're just making stuff up.
I need gameplay to really determine whether or not I'm going to drop $60 on that game.
I mean, I pre-ordered the deluxe edition already, so like.
I'll drop $200. Doesn't matter.
Listen,
They have one that you can get a little action figure with at GameStop.
Okay.
you got to get that version.
Whatever I need to get.
Do I get
Whatever
a
it
working
takes.
lightsaber? Like,
You can buy one of them that has like the Black Series saber on their website.
that's too
Or you
expensive.
can talk to Brian about making lightsabers.
Yeah, no, man, I'm really curious about it. Like, I need to know more about that Star Wars game though. Like,
Yeah.
I need to have an idea of what it is, because like if it's just another Star Wars game, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm playing Battlefront right now.
But I'm excited for this E3. It's been a while because we're teetering on the next generation.
Yeah,
And
we're in that transition phase again.
I expect either some huge announcements or not a lot, which will suck. But like I'm kind of just Nintendo can show whatever they want, and Nintendo and Xbox will be like is going to be the huge ones. Like I think everything else has to like hold back because they're
all right.
a lot of
Bethesda,
them
how are
next
you going
gen.
to redeem yourself after last year?
Oh yeah, Bethesda has their. Well, I think they'll come out and talk about Fallout 76. Be like this launch wasn't what we expected.
Listen, we effed up.
But I mean, like I think you'll see the first gameplay of Starfield. Nothing on Elder Scrolls. Everyone should set your expectations now. There is no Elder Scrolls 6.
True.
If there is, it's just what the title
Obsidian would be doing Outer Worlds, wouldn't they?
is. Yeah, but they're not owned by Bethesda. They're owned by Microsoft.
Yeah, so we'll probably see that.
Well, I think the release date's November something.
Yeah,
right?
so we'll probably see gameplay finally of that, and I'm getting that game day one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wait
a minute, what day does it come out? Somebody gotta look this up because it came out the same day as Death Stranding.
It might. I don't care.
I'm sorry, it's Death Stranding.
No, no. I'm getting the Outer Worlds before Death Stranding. That's made by my Fallout New Vegas boys. Are you kidding me? Like, anyway, I can't think of anything else that I really want other than seeing Avengers, Outer Worlds, Bethesda, and Nintendo, and then like all the Xbox stuff. Because Sony's not doing a conference this year, right?
Right, but there's rumors of
they're doing their own little thing.
Well, they keep doing State of Plays, and there's rumors there'll be another State of Play coming up really soon with The Last of Us details. But that's just a huge rumor, so take that as you will. But overall, I'm super excited for next week. Not excited to watch Dark Phoenix this Thursday. That kind of just sit on now on me.
I can't really think of anything else.
Friday on, we'll be okay.
Yeah,
after Friday, and you've recovered from your post-traumatic stress of Dark Phoenix, the final X-Men movie before they're integrated into the MCU.
Well, New Mutants is still rumored to come out.
That doesn't count. They keep delaying that.
But
it's
yeah,
never coming out like George R. Martin's final 2 books.
But thank you for listening to this episode. Next week's are going to be super exciting.
We are now on iHeartRadio, so if you like to listen to iHeartRadio, you can.
I didn't know that.
I think we were last week too.
We were, but we didn't have a show.
Oh well. Anyway, we're on the iHeartRadio now. When are we gonna get on Westwood One?
What?
I'm kidding.
So that's it.
All right, thanks for listening.
Have a fantastic week, and share us.
Go see Aladdin or Godzilla.
Go see Godzilla and just listen to the vibration around you in the theater, and you feel like you are literally being attacked by
or Rocket Man. Please see Rocket Man.
Oh yeah, see that too. That looks good.
I think it's gonna be a long, long time.